doubts and fears written in gold. Truth appears as stories unfold.
Good morning, Angelina. Good morning, everybody out in the universe. I hope everybody's having that amazing day or that amazing morning. I'm on my second cup of coffee, so life is complete. And I was just thinking, I came in here, and it's funny because we get attached to particular things. And so I try not to read the same deck of cards every day. I try and kind of rotate through, but I'm always excited when I get through to my Marseille deck. It's like there's always this one deck, it's like coming home. So I'm using my coming home deck. So, and I see sun out there, I see shadows on the other home out there. Makes me just want to take that breath. Oh my goodness. Listening to the cards like they're the sounds of the ocean. It's just, I feel my shoulders already dropping. Oh yeah, we're allowed to do that. Makes me check in with my feet. Mine are flat on the floor. I don't know where yours are, but I'm rolling my ankles and that feels good. And then my butt's doing the kitty dance. And I already feel like I'm sinking into the chair just with that. So shoulders are already like where they need to be, and same thing with the neck. So here we are with our chance to check in with the universe, see what we've got going on, see if there's anything we want to examine before we get out there. When doing the tarot for live events, so I choose not to charge a lot for like 2 card readings, just because there's a lot of people who've never had the tarot read before. And it's always interesting to see their reaction when it's not what they thought it would be. As I explain how we can do a meditation every morning. So I encourage people to find their own meditation in the morning and something that will help them connect with the universe. Ours is just a simple taking a breath and just sitting here for a few minutes. Good morning. Maureen, you've been blackballed. What? No. Huh? Now I'm confused. Maureen, it's like you and Canada are like 2 of the greatest things in the world. Did I set this up? Did I set the event up wrong? I thought I set it all up right this time. Trust me, I know. I've done it wrong plenty of times. But you, Maureen, I will do whatever it takes to make sure that if you are interested, I will always be there for you. So, let's see what we have going on today. Me too, so weird. Couldn't find the event this morning, or I don't know. Let me take an extra breath now. Because Maureen, you really are one of my absolute favorites. It always brightens my day when I see you and Angelina and Jenny and people like that pop up. Let me say anything but good morning. Well, how would they say it in Quebec? Bon morning. Bon morning. Maybe we need a different language. So, now that we've taken that extra breath and I've gotten to say hi to Maureen, what am I going to do now? I'm going to make our 3 stacks. Each one a different thread going out to the universe. It's like each one's its own different thought or idea. And if we believe in a multiverse, it's like each one of these is a different path, because this stack will go down one path. This conversation's a totally different path from this one. And the question is, which one do we want to choose today? And that's the intuition. All is well. Don't know what that was about. There has been kittens climbing on the keyboard. So yes. So in honor of kittens climbing on the keyboard, I'm going to select the bottom stack, which I like to think of as things that are underneath that might be influencing us, like the kittens, because again, there are no coincidences and everything's an omen. So your kittens were meant to be there so that we would have that conversation about them, and that it would delay the actual, laying down of the cards. So what I'm going to do now is hour, 3, and 1. Good morning, Jenna. You missed the whole thing about the kittens. The kittens have affected our destiny. From this day forward, no matter what happens since we are discussing the kittens, they have affected the conversation for today and everything going forward. And hopefully the reason that all becomes right with the world and we don't even know it, it's because of the kittens. So let's flip over our first card, which is, if any card is going to be a wise old cat, it would be the papist. It would be the Hierophant. It would be that voice in the back of our head, that knowledge that we have. The papist has got this book here, and it's a book of knowledge. And she's got a veil, and behind there's things that she knows. And the goal is to tap into the papist, and we do that by just taking a breath and being quiet and listening to that voice that sometimes we ignore and then come back later say, I knew that. The high priestess was trying to tell me. The kitten climbing on that keyboard tried to give me a clue. So, what does the high priestess, the papist, have her back to? The 5 of Swords. Again, it's hard to recognize the omens, the things that are right in front of us, the things that we choose to ignore sometimes, we turn our back to. So when we have the 5 of Swords, swords being the element of air, swords are our thoughts, our ideas, and sometimes our anxieties. So the swords are us from the neck up. And 5 swords. Well, if you can imagine with 4s, like 4 legs on a table being stable, this is when we're listening to the high priestess. This is when we're listening to the papist, and we relax, we take that breath, and it's like, what is the right thing? Not what I want, not what I want to do, but what is the best thing for me? And that's not always what I want to do, right? But when we ignore that voice, or when somebody at the office just has that ability to stick that 5th sword in there, the 4 was nice and stable, and something throws us off balance. It's just not a good feeling, right? So let's go to the next card, which is the Page of Wands, Valet de Bâton. So, pages, 1500s, when the tarot was created, they were somebody who was willing to learn, who wanted to learn. And you would send them off to another kingdom so that page could learn to be a knight, and a knight could learn to be a king. So when we are ready, when we're ready to learn, the master will appear. So the page is when we are ready, and wands are our fire, our creativity, our passion, and our energy. So sometimes we get caught up in our heads, don't we? We try and direct the universe. We not only try and plan our camping trip, but we try and plan the weather. And we get ourselves all wrapped around the axle. We're not breathing. We're not trying to get grounded with our feet flat on the ground. And it's just one of those normal day-to-day things. It's just that we have the high priestess here this morning. And the high priestess, we want to listen to our majors, right? So life is full of crises. It's just the last one we don't survive. So this is one of those things where we just feel mentally off balance, and we probably just need to take a step away and say, what do I need to learn from this? So let's flip the advice card. And we have the Six of Cups again. And so we talk about 5 being the challenges, and I often talk about the numerology 1 to 5. 1 to 10, I should say, and 5 is in the middle. And 5 is that hill. Am I going to make it? Am I going to make it? And then 6 is that feeling we get when we do. The 6 of Cups are our spirituality, our emotions, our feelings. Is that feeling we get when we move past the 5 of Swords and realize we're the Page of Wands, which means the Page of Wands is open to having fun, open to like learning new passions or taking the passion that they have and running with it. Mine right now is I've got a new computer and I'm messing with all this other stuff with it and doing, I do computers for a living, so that's my passion. And I know that when I get stressed out, I can do that. Or I can pick up my guitar. That's another passion. It's like when I get stressed out, I forget to do those things that the Page of Wands would actually enjoy doing. So when we look at the advice card, it's about taking a moment and reflecting on what do we enjoy? What helps us to get over the hill? And once we figure out, oh, that's right, then we can focus on what helps us get over the hill. Because trust me, just reading the newspaper is the 5 of Swords. But if we reflect back, what are those things that we do and love that help us to get over that hill? And so with that, I hope everybody has the amazing day today, or wherever you happen to be, whatever time it is, an amazing evening. And I am going to be back here again tomorrow. Maureen, thank you for your kittens because they obviously influenced this reading this morning. And because of that, we got these positive cards and something positive to look at today. So with that, take care, everybody.
Stars in the sky, cards in my hand, searching for signs, lost in the sand. Whispers of fate, echoes of dreams in the dark slate. Nothing's as it seems. Flip the cards, turn around, the story